We are in the Ría de Vigo, where the CLIMAREST project is testing new ways to restore and care for the sea, in places where human activity has been part of the landscape for years. This is a batea, a floating platform typical of Galicia. From it hang hundreds of ropes where mussels grow, feeding on plankton in the water. Mussel farming is a key activity in Galicia. It creates jobs, provides sustainable food, and relies on an extensive farming system. But, like any activity, it leaves a footprint. Under the bateas, shells, organic matter, and other materials gradually fall to the seabed. This changes the condition of the seafloor, and over time, the habitat itself. As a result, the bottom becomes covered in shells and life. It is no longer a natural seabed, but it is far from lifeless. At CLIMAREST, we want to make use of these waste from mussel farms to boost biodiversity and improve the services the sea provides. To do this, we have placed these artificial structures. From the very first days, the structures begin to be covered with life. Little by little, a community forms, using every corner as support, shelter, or growth. In just a few weeks, a bare surface becomes a complex habitat that blends into the surroundings. As the ecosystem grows richer, commercial species also arrive. Here we see a pair of cuttlefish. They choose these areas to reproduce and hide among the structures. Octopuses arrive too, master of camouflage, attracted by the new spaces these structures provide. To understand how these species use the habitat, we install acoustic receivers like this one. They detect signals from animals fitted with a small tag, so we can follow their movements. Here, we see the process with one of the congers that lives on the reefs. We carefully capture it and bring it aboard the boat, and after anesthetizing it, we attach a small acoustic tag. This tag does not affect its swimming or behavior, but it allows us to track its movement in the wild and how it uses the artificial structures. We also apply this to other key species for restoration, such as the European lobsters, which you can see here. They are tagged in the lab beforehand, and during release they are placed in individual cages to make work underwater easier. Here we see them already on the boat, ready to be released by divers into the study area. Some come from other parts of the area and others from aquaculture, which allows us to compare how they adapt depending on their origin. The lobsters help us assess whether these actions improve the environment and whether it is possible to recover key species in already transformed areas. One more step to bring marine restoration and human activity into balance with the ecosystem. Because restoring the sea means working with it, not against it, creating a future where people and marine life thrive together.